Our sign language interpreter tonight is none other than Rhoda Nyamai, and we begin our coverage with this. The Director of Public Prosecutions, Renson Ingonga, has stood by his office's controversial move to charge some protesters with terrorism-related offences. He insists that terrorism isn't just about bombs or guns, it can also include actions meant to destabilize the country. This stance comes amid growing backlash from civil society and opposition leaders who argue that the government is criminalizing dissent, despite over 1,500 arrests following the June 25th and July 7th protests. The DPP maintains that the charges are appropriate given the level of violence seen during the protests. Sheila Chalangat tells us more.
Over 1,500 people have been arrested in connection with the June 25th anniversary and Sabasaba protests that shook the nation this year. Human rights groups say that in the past month alone, over 100 protesters have faced terror-related charges.
It's not only the act of bombing, the act of destroying any government installation is an act of terrorism under the Porter. It is within the law. It is not somebody making it.
The terrorism charges sparked a huge debate, with activists and opposition leaders flagging the terror charges as an intention by the state to suppress protests and dissent. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, too, has been blamed for abusing its prosecutorial powers in the charging of young protesters with terrorism charges.
We have charged people with terrorism-related offences when they vandalize government installations in Northeastern. You know that? It's not only the act of bombing.
In an earlier statement, the ODPP had cited Chief Justice Martha Koome's statement on the Kikuyu Law Court's arson on June 25th as an act of terrorism to justify its position on what warrants a terrorism charge. This raising eyebrows on the independence of the ODPP as guaranteed by the Constitution.
When a law has not been applied for some time, when you apply it, then it's not the law. That is the law.
However, Chief Justice Martha Koome, in a statement yesterday, distanced herself from the terrorism charges filed by the Director of Public Prosecution against protesters, clarifying that her words were not intended to influence the DPP's prosecutorial decisions. Koome maintains that her comments about the Kikuyu Law Court's arson were made specifically concerning that incident based on preliminary security briefings. According to the Prevention of Terrorism Act of Kenya, acts of terrorism are punishable by severe penalties, including the death sentence if the act results in death. Sheila Chalangat for TV 47.